So this is about a little boy that was going to Hebrew day school. And he comes so excited home. And because he said that he learned about the story of Pesach. And then the parents, very proudly, said, okay, what did they teach you? They said, well, the teacher said that when the Israelites were ready to leave, Israel sent the Air Force. So they bombed Egypt. And then Egypt sent the helicopters. And they brought the helicopters down. And then the Israelites rushed out of Egypt. They went in front of the sea. So Israel sent the structures so they could go over the water. And then Egypt sent the tanks. But don't worry, because the Air Force destroyed those tanks too. And the parents were calculating how much they're paying for the school, right? And I said, that's what the teacher told you? He said, well, not exactly. But if I repeat the nonsense she told me, you won't believe me. Now I know it's a good joke. So I want to talk to you today about create your Jubilee. Create your Jubilee. You know, I don't know if you've been reading if we've been following along the Torah reading today. It's all about two major things: the sabbatical year, the Shemitah, and the Yovel, the Jubilee. Two major things for the Jewish people back in the time of the temple. Okay, it was a great thing. If you want to know more about the Shemitah specifically, I talk about that during the first day of Rosh Hashanah this year. The message is still on YouTube, on Facebook. You can go and replay that. That was specifically about the Shemitah. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the Yovel, this big thing that happened only once every 50 years. And it was an amazing, amazing thing. It was a time where all debts were forgiven, slaves were released. If for any reason, you have to sell your property, now after 50 years, the property would come back to you. So it was interesting because that pushed them to keep a calendar. Because how do you sell a property? Well, it depends how many years are left until the next Yovel. So you can calculate how much the value of that property will be. But nevertheless, after 50 years, the property comes back to you. So you have a new opportunity to reset your life and to get rid of all those troubles or challenges that you may have had after the time of the Yovel. And it was a great thing, one of the greatest celebrations of the Jewish people, to the point that it's always nice to get a reminder that whenever we finish Yom Kippur on Ne'ilah, we blow the shofar. That is in reminder of the way it used to be announced, the Yovel, the Jubilee, right? So only once every 50 years, back at the time of the temple, you will hear that shofar at the end of Yom Kippur. You know that? Only one every 50 years. Just the year of Yovel, you will hear that shofar at the end of Yom Kippur. But what is amazing is that in these days that we don't have the Jubilee, the Yovel anymore, the rabbis decided that shofar at the end of Yom Kippur should be blown every year, announcing the Jubilee. Which is, well, okay, hold on a minute. That doesn't make any sense. The Jubilee doesn't exist anymore. And now we blow the shofar at the end of Yom Kippur every year in reminder of the Jubilee. Why is that? Well, because the rabbis explained that even though the biblical Jubilee doesn't exist, what it should exist in every generation is to live a life Jubilee-minded. To have Jubilee thoughts in the sense that you believe that no problem, no challenge is permanent. That eventually you can create your own Jubilee. You can create that moment where you can free yourself from all these burdens. And you can believe that your peace is coming back. Your joy is coming back. Your health is coming back. Your relationships are coming back in the same way that back in the day, so many things were coming back to the people every 50th year. That's a wonderful thing, to think that you are not done, that you can still do so much in this world, but you have to develop and to create the Jubilee mind in your life. See, there is a wonderful thing. We just celebrated Lag BaOmer. I don't know how many of you even know what Lag BaOmer is. You see, if you don't live in the land of Israel, Lag BaOmer comes and goes like nothing happened. It's not a big deal in the diaspora. If you go to Israel, Lag BaOmer is a big deal. It's everywhere. Bonfires, people are dancing. It's a great celebration of the Jewish people. What is Lag BaOmer? It's the 33rd day after the Passover. Okay, we count 50 days between Pesach and Shavuot. Pesach is the freedom from Egypt. Shavuot is the giving of the Torah. So we are so excited to anticipate the revelation that we count every day. Every day. But Lag BaOmer, the Lag means 33 in Hebrew. Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day, is special. What's that? We have this tradition that for the first 3 days is like a semi-mourning period for the Jewish people. Why is that? Why is that? Well, the rabbi said that Rabbi Akiva, one of the greatest sages of the Jewish people, he had 24,000 students. And they all died on a plague. 24,000 students died on a plague between Pesach and Shavuot. But he said on the day of Lag BaOmer, on the 33rd day, the plague was over. And that's it. They didn't die anymore. But this, again, this is kind of weird because the plague wasn't really over. What happened is they all died. So it was over because it was nobody else to die anymore. They all died at that moment. So what is the celebration of Lag BaOmer, right? Why are we celebrating that they all died? Well, the rabbis say that, it said, don't stop there. Keep reading. Keep reading the story of Rabbi Akiva. Because it says that after those 24,000 students died, Rabbi Akiva made a decision on the day of Lag BaOmer, and the decision was that he wasn't going to quit teaching, and he started all over again. I don't know about you, but after the kind of trauma that Rabbi Akiva went through, to decide to keep moving forward and to do it again, he was an old man already. He wasn't young. He wasn't young when he started, by the way. And now he has to start over again. And then it says that when he decided to start all over again, he had only 5 students. Well, think about this. He used to have 24,000 students. And now he had only 5. How would you feel? How would you feel? So all you can find, because the biggest scholars in Israel all died. It was very difficult to find capable people to become the next generation of rabbis. So he was able to find only 5, but he decided on Lag BaOmer that doesn't matter. He was going to teach those 5. And then you know what happened? Those 5 rabbis were the one who created, I would say, 90% of Jewish law and Jewish literature, rabbinic Jewish literature, the way we know it this way. From the other 24,000 before, we don't have much. But these 5 students made that difference of the Jewish world. And that was thanks to that decision that Rabbi Akiva made on Lag BaOmer. That Jubilee-minded decision that Rabbi Akiva made on Lag BaOmer. So the thing is, it kept me thinking, what a wonderful message this is. Because sometimes we feel that we are done. We don't have much more to give after everything that happened to us. But this story is saying, doesn't really matter. Because that thing that you think that is not much, like only 5 students of Rabbi Akiva, may change the history of the world. The same way that those only 5 students make the difference of the future of the Jewish people. So you never know. When you say, I don't have much to give, you never know if that, what you think, is a little bit. may have the potential to transform the world. So this is a wonderful message that should inspire everyone to believe that we can make a difference to this world, to believe that even if your contributions to your perceptions are small, those contributions have the potential to make amazing things in this world. But in order to do that, you have to believe that you have what it takes to keep moving forward and to face the rest of your life with a Jubilee mind, that you have what it takes to break free from your limitations, and whatever you do has the potential to transform this world. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.